Hi folks, welcome to the channel. Hope everybody is keeping well. So today I'm off to my local BMW dealership and I'm going to be taking out one of their bikes. It's a very special BMW M1000XR. Now the normal M1000XR, which aren't cheap, I think the engine's got something in the region of 201 horsepower. Now allegedly this one has got slightly more than that, so I'm going to be very interested to see how this bike performs on the road. Now yesterday, click on up here to one of the playlists somewhere, I took out BMW R1300GS. I actually rode that bike back in February, and that's the 1300 trophy, and since February it had a certain amount of modifications done, and basically the bike has been modded to actually go and race up our hill climbs that we have here on the island that I live in. So go and check that video out, that was very entertaining. So that bike was putting out something in the region of 170 of your finest horsepowers, and that was a bit of a giggle actually, and I would say that bike was a bit of a holy cow kind of bike if I was going to make some comments on it. So I am extremely interested to see what kind of comments are going to be coming from me when I get on the BMW M1000XR, which has basically been designed also or modified to race up the hill climb events that we have here locally. Without further ado, let's roll the intro. Welcome back. Sun's just about to sort of break out now, 18 degrees, middle of September. Everything's looking nice to take the M1000XR out for a little bit of a ride. A little bit on the nervous side. It's a bike that I've really liked the look of since they brought the M1000XR out, and I think it's just, yeah, one of the sexiest looking bikes out there at the moment. So I'm quite keen to go and see if it rides as well as it looks. Should be fun. So here is the BMW M1000XR. So I've got to go put some fuel in it first, so we're just going to get on the bike, nip down to the petrol station, put a little bit of gas in it, and then we will be on our way. So let's turn this bad boy on. So the owner from the Mansell collection's given me a bit of a rundown as to what is what, and we're just going to keep it in Race Pro 1 mode, which is a customizable mode which he's customized for himself. It does sound very angry, very angry. As you can see, I've adjusted everything, but there's no mirrors to adjust, but there we go, because that's because this bike goes racing. It does sound very nice. Right, let's go and put some fuel in it. It does sound very nice. Voila! 8 litres. He doesn't like to put too much fuel in it. Keeps the bikes light. Cheers. Bye-bye. What a fine looking machine. It really is a cracking looking machine. So let's fire it up again. Oh. This isn't a review on the XR, this is me just taking this bike out, which has had a little bit of work done to it. Everybody stares. So let's get out of town then, shall we? Got to warm these tyres up first, so definitely got to warm the tyres up. Finally we're getting out of town. What I will say, right off the bat, the gearbox, quick shifter, up and down, very, very nice. Oh, yeah, buttery smooth. Up and down, go down. Yeah, very nice. Up. With that little pop as well, very nice. Right, let's find some twisties. So off to find some twisties, and we get the boys in blue in front of us. Absolutely typical. That's going to be the problem with this bike, is that you're going to get into so much trouble just to keep you in the loop. Where I live, 40 mile an hour speed limit, so on this machine there's absolutely no point. absolutely no point, because those blokes over there, they're going to send me to jail. Anyway, yeah, it's a super quick machine. Yeah, it really is. It coughs, it splutters, it burbles. Yeah, but I actually want to keep my license, so yeah, I'm going to be careful. But this is an absolute beast. Totally different to the BMW 1300 that I rode yesterday. Totally different animal. And even in the short time I've been riding this bike, it seems like I've got a police escort actually. Short time I've been riding this bike, I'm going to say I prefer the 1300. I can see that this machine, this beast, just wants to be absolutely hammered. And I haven't even gone over 5,000 revs yet, and it redlines. This one does it 14,500, 14,600, so it's an absolute beast. This is the guard dog, because this is a really expensive bike. Lay down. Right, on with the video. As this bike sits here, it's going to set you back UK price £29,152. That's a big gulp, isn't it? Now, this bike is not your standard M1000XR with the M competition pack. Oh no. The owner of this, he's dropped the forks by about 5mm. I think they've been dropped, so puts a bit more weight on the front. It just looks stunning. It really does look stunning. However, he's got a set of KTM bars on it. So these orange bars, yep, KTM. So it just gives him more weight over the front wheel. So yeah, so BMW, 29,152 quid, KTM handlebars. Brilliant. In relation to the exhaust on this one, so it's been decatted. So he's got a standard end can, and then we've got an arrow system on there as well. So standard end can with the arrow, an arrow system up to the end can. And then the biggest thing then is the engine. So the standard M1000XR engine, 201 horsepower. However, this has had a map thrown at it from Hilltop, and they've mapped it and allowing for the arrow to get better back pressure, or whatever it is. Far too technical for me. So a bit more back pressure. And basically they've taken the engine out over here at the local dealer, taken the engine out, done some work on it, and it's basically taken it up to pretty much BSB level of performance. So he reckons it is at the shaft, not the back wheel, at the shaft, it's pushing out about 250 horsepower. And who am I to disagree with that? So yeah, so engine is a big thing on this bike. That's where they've done the upgrades. They've taken the engine out, and it's now doing 250 horsepower at the crankshaft. So yeah, it's a very powerful machine. It's got lots of electronic stuff on it, anti-wheelie, anti-stoppy. You can program it and do all kinds of things with it. So that's the M1000XR from Mansell's, the special one with the special engine. I think, folks, it's time to make a little bit of noise, and it is quite a noisy exhaust. Are you ready? Now we go for a ride. So folks, here we are then, out and about. Oh God, this bike scares me. What I will say is this is a 250 horsepower machine, and it's super fast. What a dumb thing to say, actually. But it's almost like there's just too much for me. I don't think unless I was on a racetrack doing track days, I don't think I would get. Yeah, I don't know whether I'd enjoy it or not. It's certainly got a giggle factor. I mean, the gearbox is lovely up and down. It blips, it farts, it pops and bangs. But I think I've gone up to about 5,500 revs, and it's super quick. And you got another 14.5 or 14.6 is the red line of this, and yeah. So I don't know if I would actually end up enjoying it unless I did loads of track days, but it's a very quick machine, but it just wants to wants to go. As the front got a bit light there. That quick shifter is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Suspension wise, it's got all the electronic suspension on it. You can go in there and adjust the preload and all that kind of stuff. It's a whole electronic suite on there, so I'm not even going to bother talking about that. But here's a comparison then. So the R1300 that I took out yesterday, beautiful gearbox, R1300 that I took out yesterday, if you know your aeroplanes, your military airplanes, I would say that that was your A10 Thunderbolt. It can take loads of hits, and it's just a really, really good tool for getting the job done. Nothing too fancy kind of thing, but just a damn good tool. Whereas this, I would say this is the latest generation of F-15 Eagle. So just wants to go Mach 2 with its hair on fire, as they would say in the movie. It just wants to go mightily fast, flat out. So yeah, that would be my analogy between the 1300 I took out yesterday and this, the M1000XR, with a sprinkling of magic on the engine. This just wants to go very fast. But we need to find some twisties anyway, don't we? And we need to open the taps up a little bit. Oh, you're joking. Stop, start, stop. Right, here we go. Don't like not having mirrors. I'm even using the DJI camera as a mirror. Right, he's gone. So the actual engine is really smooth, very smooth. And very quick. Down the box. Oh, dearie me. Something coming towards you around the corner. Yep. Horse is on the right. Just be a bit quiet. Oh, pops and bangs. Listen to that. Even through from first to second through neutral, beautiful. Yeah, he just wants to be thrashed on a racetrack. Yeah, it's pretty quick, pretty quick. It's an F-15 with afterburners on. Oh my God, dearie me, dearie me. Oh, pop, pop, bang, bang. Listen to that. Wow. Yeah, this needs to live on a racetrack. Mind you could ride there in comfort, couldn't you? Gearbox is beautiful, beautiful. Down the first. Oh, nice. Wow. Let's just spin around here, I think, and let's just go back up the hill. So this is L'Attack, where they do the hill climbs. And this has got anti-wheelie, anti-stoppie all switched on. Wow. Yeah, very quick. It is very quick. Well, that's the L'Attack hill climb bit done, so let's go to Bully Bay, which is the one we did yesterday on the 1300. What we'll do now is try the launch control. So let's see how this F-15 launches, shall we? So apparently the bike's got to be warm to start with, which it is, and then you hold the starter button in for a number of seconds and a white square will come up on the dash. That means it's ready for launch control. There we go. So launch control 3 starts still available, so that's fine. Nothing behind me because I haven't got any mirrors. Right. that's the launch control. That will do me. That's it. Let's go to Bully Bay and ride up the hill there. This bike is too much for me, I think, unless you're on a racetrack. But you can ride it nice and leisurely because the engine mapping is really nice and smooth, pulls progressively. Obviously the 1300 GS more torque, I think, and just pulls more from low down, but this from 2000 revs, yeah, it's very smooth, very nice, and I haven't noticed too much in the way of vibration through the handlebars, the KTM handlebars that is. So here we are then down at Bully Bay. If you haven't seen the R1300 GS video, this is where they close the hill. Bully Bay, they'll close the hill, and all along here is the paddock for the bikes and the cars that will race up the closed circuit. So it's a hill climb event, and I think it's on the national UK calendar as well. And if you live in America, I suppose it's a little bit like the Pikes Peak, if I've got that the right way around. Peaks Pike? No, it's Pikes Peak, isn't it? Yeah, which they don't race anymore. So this is our smaller island version of that. So the start line is, I think this is the start line. So if I can, I'm not going to race up here because it's a 30 mile an hour limit. So if I can, I will superimpose Greg, the owner of this, racing up here on this bike for that hill climb. And yeah, hopefully I can do that. And he, on this 250 horsepower missile, he is 1 and a bit seconds slower on this compared to the R1300 GS, which is I find amazing actually, but it just goes to show it's not all about outright power, is it? So yeah, he's a little bit slower on this compared to the 1300. So yeah, so hopefully I can do a split screen. And that, folks, is the Bully Bay hill climb. So what we do now is we'll go back to the Mansell collection, take the bike back, and then as we're near there, I will just give you my final thoughts on this BMW M1000XR with a few little extra bits on it. Yeah, it's I think it's just a little bit too much for me actually on the road, if I'm being honest. I know it's got 250 horsepower on the back wheel, and this bike has actually been put together to actually go up the hill and do the sprints, the closed roads, the sprints, that kind of thing, to just show what the BMWs can do. But even, I guess, even in the standard M1000XR package without the sprinkling of magic on the engines, I still think it'd be a little bit too much for me on the road, really. Yeah, you just want, it just wants to be on a racetrack, but it's an amazing bit of technology with all the electronic wizardry that's got on it. And yeah, I've just been riding it just up to sort of 5,000 revs, and it's 14.5, 14.6 or something is the maximum RPM, and above 8,000 it is. I think if I was going to describe the R1300 GS, let's do it, and this, I'd say, as we said before, the R1300 GS, that is your A10 Thunderbolt tank buster aeroplane, and this is an F15 Eagle, the new version. I think it's the EX version. And then if I was going to say the R1300, I'd just go, holy cow, that's quick. But with this one, I would go, holy shit, this is really quick. So holy cow, holy shit. For this one, it's it's great. You could put a soft bag on the back, 20 litres of fuel in it, go touring on it if that's your thing. I've had it now for 4 hours. bit of a sore bum at the moment, but yeah, I'm sure you could go and do some touring and have an amazing time on this machine. But for me, between the R1300GS that I took out yesterday and this one, I would take the R1300GS. If you've got one of these, make some comments in the comment section down below. It's a fabulous bike, and the R1300 that I took out yesterday was a fabulous bike as well. But I would actually take out, or I would actually want to own the R1300GS. But this is an amazing machine, and it's still in one piece. Well, that's it, folks. Do all that YouTube stuff, make some comments down below, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And that has been the M1000XR with the sprinkling of magicness in the engine. 250 horsepower apparently. Anyway, folks, ride safe, take care, see you again soon in the next video. Cheerio for now, bye.